I mean, your outcome of this fight?
It was a good ass fight. I think Cruz maybe pulled it out. I think Cruz pulled that out. That motherfucker tough. He showed us a look. He got the boxing and the angles and shit. I ain't seen that before.
Pieva Davis has fired at Lamont Roach after news that he broke his hand. According to Tank, Lamont Roach had no chance of winning against Cruz, even if was at his best. It was evident that this game plan was bad. This boy didn't save anything. Working in this fight, Cruz got robbed. We all saw it. How ya going to be knocked down and cooked and still get a draw? Tank didn't stop there. He added another shot. Do we fight the same? Did he change anything up? I'll be there whenever I'm ready. To call name. Nah, get off my D, I might get better, man. This is my show. Shocker, Stevenson is not buying Tank's angle at all. As soon as he watched that fight, he went on X and said straight up, I thought Lamont pulled that off, too. Shocker felt Roach outboxed Cruz, controlled enough of the rounds, and deserved to walk out with the win. Hand coming from Shocker, who's moving up to 140 to chase Teofimo Lopez next month. That comment carries weight. He's not known for casual takes. If something looks off to him, he'll say it. Then Ryan Garcia jumped in and just like Shakur, he wasn't seeing what Tank saw there. Garcia dropped his own reaction. I felt Roach won that in a close fight. Maybe by 1 round or 2, not mad at the draw at all, though. Perhaps the only person whose opinion actually mattered in the moment, though, was Lamont Roach himself. And he showed up to the post-fight press conference severely drained. The disappointment was written all over him. He kept his chin up, but everyone could see what the draw did to him internally. He truly believed had controlled the fight, especially after surviving that knockdown in round 3, the first knockdown of his career, and then shifting the pace right back in his favor. He said he expected a level playing field. He didn't get it done.
Tim, did you think it was a draw? Tim, you think it was a draw?
It was a good fight. It was a good fight.
You want to see a rematch?
What you think? A draw?
Tim, you want a rematch?
I would like to see a rematch. Hell yeah.
All right. That's what we want.
Crowd in San Antonio booed him round after round, siding with Cruz. But their all get punch wasn't the booze. A waist injury that nobody knew about until left the arena. A broken hand to prove it. Roach posted a video straight from the hospital. His left hand tight lie wrapped and a message telling his supporters he appreciated them and telling the doubters exactly how he felt too. Even from the hospital bed, he reminded everyone that he showed up, pushed through 7+ rounds with own hand, and still made the fight competitive enough for the judges to call it even. Mike Kaur pointed out the same thing. He reposted Roach's proof and added, very impressive the way he fought with one hand for 7+ rounds. And maybe it really was. After that knockdown, Cruz looked like he was about to close the show, but Roach regrouped, tightened up his movement, made Cruz reset multiple times, and quietly took back momentum. Every time Cruz tried to blitz forward, Roach caught him with something clean enough to slow the pressure. He didn't dominate, but he controlled pockets of the fight in a way casual fans didn't fully appreciate in real time.
Knockout is going to be Pitbull to decision. Definitely going to be Lamont Roach, because Lamont Roach got more styles. He can do it. He can fight on the inside. He can fight on the outside. I box you. You know, Pitbull Cruz, he's more of a one-dimensional fighter. He's coming forward, throwing a lot of punches. So I see Lamont Roach taking this. I see that. I see it like a 65-35 for Lamont Roach.
Anything suspicious about either one of them?
Nah, nothing suspicious. I mean, Pitbull Cruz on the workout.
By the debate exploded the moment the scorecards landed. But here's bigger issue. Roach is now sitting with the back-to-back draws in major fights, both against big names Davis early in the year and now Cruz. And he knows exactly what that means for his trajectory. He said it himself at the presser 2 times in a row now. It's crazy. I can't keep fighting my opponent and the judges at the same time. We've got to do something about this. Something has to change. I thought I want fight and I definitely outboxed him.
When you doing your thing. So let's get back to the rematch and box his ears off. Do the Devin Haney, do the Devin Haney, huh? Do the Devin Haney, do the Devin Haney, huh?
He repeated the one thing he's been saying since January. All I need is an even playing field. That's all. He's not wrong. 2 draws in a row, both in fights where he competed at a championship level, create a weird lane for him. He's clearly good enough to run with the best. He's clearly skilled enough to hang with pressure fighters like Cruz and explosive fighters like Tank. But draws don't build legacy. They didn't stack belts. They don't lock in big paydays. They just keep you in that conversation without pushing you forward. And Roach knows he's running out of time to sit in the almost category.
A very competitive matchup between Lamont Roach and Pitbull Cruz. A lot of people thought that Pitbull Cruz won the fight, and a lot of people thought that Lamont Roach won the fight, but overall it ended up as a draw. Now, Lamont Roach has been cursed with these back-to-back draws, first Tank Davis and now Pitbull Cruz. It just seems like he's not convincing the judges that he deserves that win. Lamont Roach started off fighting in the pocket in the first half of the fight, and it wasn't going in.
The real upside for him though ice exposure. Both draws actually boosted his brand. His engagement is up. His name is circulating. Fans who never watched him before now know exactly who is. And boxing operates heavily on attention. When your name is hot, your value rise regardless of whether the judges did you right. Right now, Roach has more leverage in negotiations than he's ever had, even without a belt. His name sits right next to Pitbull and Tank is unfinished business. And in boxing, unfinished business sells. A Cruz versus Roach rematch would absolutely get traction.
He got wheels, hand speed, coordination, and he know how to hit on the button. He beat him on all the numbers. All the CompuBoxing numbers went in whose favor? Lamont Roach. The fight was over. Even if you want to look at it as technical, he withstood the little bullshit onslaught, and half of that shit was parried, blocked, and he was hitting him on the arm. Just because it looked good, y'all don't know.
Both camps mentioned it. Both fighters say they're open to it. The first fight was close enough to justify it, and now that the injury is out in the open, Roach has a story heading into Theskin 1. What happens when he shall the? Still, people can't help circling back to the possibility of Hyman Tank crossing paths again. The storyline sells itself and fans are drawn to finished business and boxing. But Roach made it clear that if that rematch ever comes up, he won't accept it unless his conditions are met beforehand. He's not entertaining the idea of chasing Tank or arranging his career just to give the public a continuation of a night that he himself sees as compromised. In how fight played out and in how Thief Termuth was handled.
Yes, guys, Red Corner Boxing here. So Isaac Pitbull Cruz versus Lamont Roach was declared a majority decision draw out in San Antonio, Texas. The WBC interim super lightweight title stays where it was. Nobody takes it. And to be honest with you, nobody deserved it. A very underwhelming fight in my opinion.
When he sat down with Marcus Hayes, it didn't sound like someone campaigning for it. The conversation started with cancelled Jake Paul Gervonta Davies exhibition, which had created a lot of talk because of the money attached to it. $40 million is a life-changing number for anyone. And the fact that Davis was even considering rolling with a crossover fight that big shows how much the landscape has shifted. But Forage, the bigger concern wasn't Davies Spady or the collapse of the main event. His empathy was directed toward undercard fighters whose entire training camps basically led to nothing. He's been in situations where fights get pulled last minute, flights get cancelled, paychecks vanish, or opportunities evaporate. Fighters at his level know the difference between preparing for a big night and then waking up to find out that everything they budgeted for is gone.
And what about Lamont Roach versus Isaac Pitbull Cruz?
I don't know why, but I feel like Pitbull Cruz is gonna go out there guns blazing. I feel like Cruz can beat him by almost even a knockout, you know? I got Cruz winning by knockout.
Hayes asked about that Tank rematch. Roach didn't flinch. He didn't sugarcoat anything either. Hess said it's possible, but that needs to come with guarantees that protect him from another messy scenario.
I think the best thing to do is move with an immediate rematch, and I would say on somewhat a level playing field. I don't know why they think that the judge or the ref was going my side when I got hit low a lot. I got hit low a lot. I mean, it's boxing. It happens. I got hit low a lot. And he was holding every exchange. So, you know, I'm not complaining. It was for a hell of a fight. But it's...
The last thing he wants is to be puladinto in negotiation. Build a camp around it. Get ready. And then, see things fall apart again because of an issue that has nothing to do with him. He's not going to stake his legacy on someone else's stability. He's also not going to take a bot deal just to say yes to a rematch people want more than he does.
But while he definitely won the fight against Tank Davis, he started a little slow here, he started with weird strategy. I don't hate this tie. And both these guys, if they decide to run it back, I'd enjoy the rematch. Or at their weight class, there's a lot of good options. Sabril Matias, Dalton Smith are having a fight. They could take the winner of that. Maybe Tank Davis comes back and they could actually rematch him. And then there's the Tia Shakur fight. They could take the winner of that fight. But I think we all want to see the rematch.
Said it directly, his legacy is knotted to Gervonta Davis. That's an important statement because most fighters who go the distance with Tank get labeled as the guy from the Tank fight for the rest of the your careers. Roach is trying to break away from that type of branding. If he becomes a star from his own path at 140, he wants that credit to come from his own resume, not from being attached to someone whose career moves are unpredictable.
It's some bullshit, man. I don't know what I gotta do.
Hey, man, you better knock him out.
You gonna go back to the drawing board? I don't accept it at all. I clearly thought I wanted a close fight, and I'm tired of shit.
And that's where the business frustration comes. And he explained previously how he felt disrespected by the way the Tank situation was handled, especially on the back end. Even when he didn't lash out publicly, you could see he wasn't comfortable with how the conversations were unfolding behind closed doors. He said it himself. Business was not conducted in a way that made him feel valued or protected. The fact that he even mentioned arbitration shows how seriously he took the idea of making sure he wasn't blindsided again. When someone starts bringing up arbitration before a second fight isn't agreed on, it means they felt blindsided by how the first set of negotiations went.
There's no knock on Lamont Roach. He's a good fighter, very good fighter.
Very good fighter.
Now, like Sam said, hey, this is different. This is different atmosphere. Different, very different. You know what I'm saying? He had to be ready.
Yeah.
So what we gotta do, Mills, we gotta prepare for the excuses. Oh, you know, it was different, the weight, the drained, you know, we don't know, it's gonna be something, but you know, you deal with that, and I think.
Meanwhile, online critics have been pushing a narrative that Roach has been leaning on excuses for the Cruz fight. Fans have been picking apart everything said after the draw. They say he mentioned his broken hand, the holding, the low blows, and the idea that he didn't get a fair shake.
My brother's gonna withstand that, and Pitbull gets tired around round 6 or 7. I ain't want to make the joke, but around 6 or 7 he gets tired.
Oh, like Frank Martin did 6-7, right. No, it's okay, it's all right.
around that round he gets tired, starts to slow down, and it'll be clean sweep after that. I don't know if he's gonna stop him. I don't know if it's gonna be all 6 rounds sweep.
People felt that instead of acknowledging that Cruz built a leaderly and that Roach had to dig himself out of it, he chose to explain to many things at once that fueled the idea that he couldn't accept that maybe Hess implied didn't do enough to secure a decisive win.
Yeah, how you see that fight going? Man.
It's gonna be a good. You know, I don't think Roach has ever been in with somebody like that. That throws a lot of pressure like that.
Yeah.
You know, and he's good under pressure. You know, I think he's just gonna try to turn Pitbull Cruz and keep turning him. So, see how it plays out.
Man, do you miss being in that ring, man?
All the time, man.
All the time.
Shit, I'm trying to get another one lined up.
The crybaby accusations are harsh, but that's the nature of boxing fans online. If fighters open up about injuries or fouls, fans often interpret it as complaining rather than transparency. It doesn't help that Roach promised before a fight that he would make a strong statement and show he was levels above a Cruz. When he didn't dominate the way he expected, the online reaction turned against him quickly. That's how it always goes in this sport. If you talk confidently before a fight, you'd better deliver something clear enough afterward that people don't rush to spin the story down.
Selling the idea that Roach was winning
in spots where he wasn't, and that Pitbull was having less success than he was. And so that was a bit distracting for me, and I could see it to be swaying for some people who are watching the fight. And while you say that neither one of them has a...
One of the main talking points fans keep repeating is the 7th round deduction against Cruz. Many believe that without that point deduction, which came without a verbal warning, Roach loses the fight outright. Some saw that moment as the only thing that kept Roach alive on NESCAR cards. The online crowd has used it to fuel the idea that Roach shall be complaining about fairness when a major swing in his favor came from the referee's decision.
The decision rule.
I mean, I thought Roach won. I thought he edged it out, but I mean, that fight was a really good fight. It deserves like an immediate rematch.
Yeah? Why did you feel Roach edged it out?
But Roach was just pushing him back, and Roach landed the more shots and the cleaner shots. Better shots, cleaner shots, you know?
Did you see Pitbull different from when you fought him?
Thing is, bro, you can't really...
Approach, however, was focused on how the injury changed the way he had to box from the middle rounds onward. He said felt his hand go around the 5th, and even though he didn't stop throwing completely, he had to rely more on timing and movement than he originally planned. He pointed out moments where Cruz stopped pressing aggressively and started reacting more to Roach's footwork and counters. He genuinely believes he disrupted Cruz's rhythm after the injury and that he took control of the pace in the later rounds.
Let's be honest, man. Before the Tank fight, it was kind of hard to see Roach being an elite to top tier guy. He's a decent fighter, solid fighter. We know what Pitbull is. And it just kind of showed here, man.
The problem is that fans rarely accept explanations that sound like reason something didn't go perfectly. They want fighters to either say they won or they lost, nothing in between. They see nuance as deflection. So when Roach combined the injury, the fouls, the officiating, and the idea of wanting a level playing field, the perception became that he was putting too much weight on external factors. That's how his not elite narrative started catching fire on forums. People took his words and presented them as excuse rather than context.
Kenny, Regis, what you guys thought about the decision, man? I thought Roach won, bro. That was right. Close fight. I thought Lamont pulled it out, though. It was a close fight, but I feel like Roach won it. Close. Are you mad at the draw, or you thought the draw was okay?
Not mad at the draw, but I didn't think it was a draw.
I thought Roach won.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, for sure. I thought Roach won.
I thought Lamont won.
We understood it's going to be here.
Roach is in a complicated position. He's trying to move forward with his career at 140. But he's also stuck with people who want to drag him back into the Tank storyline, or the Cruz debate. He keeps saying he's moved on, but fans want him to either double down on a Tank fight or completely reject it. And since he's open to it, but only with proper structure, people twist that into a decision. At the same time, he's entering a division where every fight is tougher than at 130.
Real interesting. Roach he's the better technical fighter. Let's get that out of the way. He's the purist. He's the sweet science guy, right? But he's also the guy who's probably not as much fun to watch as Cruz. We love Cruz. Not that Roach ain't fun to watch. I love to watch a surgeon at work, and he can be a surgeon. I love to watch, not that I want...
Bodies are bigger, the punches carry more weight, and the matchups are more competitive across the board. Taking on Cruz again in this weight class adds another layer of difficulty. Cruz's power has always translated well, and Roach knows he can't afford to let himself fall behind early the way he did last time if he wants to control how the judges see the fight.
Look, but I reached a 113-113 draw, and I think when you look at it that way and you rate each round rather than just looking at the stats at the end, because just because you outlanded someone, well, most of those punches could have been thrown in one round. What did you do the next two rounds? What did you do the round before that?
He's also aware that this opportunity is guaranteed to last. At 25-1-3, he's got a strong record, but draws didn't help in a sport where champions and promoters look for clean results when planning future matchups. That's why he talks about needing an even playing field. He wants a fight where nothing outside the ring decides the momentum, whether people agree with him or not. He's trying to strip the noise away so he can focus on winning rounds clearly and taking the judges out of the equation. If anything, this entire stretch has shown how determined he is to control his path. He's not begging for rematches or chasing fighters who aren't stable enough to commit. He's not willing to repeat a situation where he trains hard, sees interest build, and then watches the event collapse for reasons that have nothing to do with him. That mindset explains why he's approaching the Cruz rematch differently. He knows what can go wrong, and he wants to leave no room for chaos to derail another moment where he could elevate his career. But what do you think follows? Share your thoughts below and subscribe for more updates.